So once they uploaded that, half of their zombies bought it. I mean, Baba, in fairness, do you need any form of storytelling, explanations, media round when an old refinery just gobbled $1.5 billion dollars? So, about billion. In America is said to be the country with the highest number of billionaires in the whole world. Do you know what it takes to actually make $1 billion? Only tiny fraction of us will actually see, like I said, us, maybe including me too anyway. So fraction of us will reach $1 billion mark in our lifetime and say, okay, all your assets, all your everything since childhood until you die, 1 billion, everything. I don't know how to calculate that, like so many of us won't even reach $100 million. Some will even reach 1 million. $1.5 billion. Isn't that just to be a straightforward thing? Say, okay, the refinery is now working now. Working simply means if it is 150,000 barrels, 250,000 barrels a day, we fixed it. And what is left now, we have fixed the supply channel as well. So crude oil and everything, all sorted. 1.5 billion, delivered, ordered, packaged, shipped, delivered, 1.5 billion. So this refinery now, how many liters of petrol is it going to be bringing every now and then? Or it's going to be giving you 12 million liters of petroleum every day. How many diesel? About a refinery with the process crude oil, not be only PMS the processor. I mean, you go be the product. Crude oil, they say crude oil will produce over 400 different products. The most common that you have, just the PMS, diesel, that, yeah. So it should be profitable, even though some people are saying that, refineries are not profitable anymore. But taxpayers' money was used, right, to bring about an establishment or so, like a refinery that's so crucial to the economic policy of the people in government. I mean, I would think of that. I mean, I would see it that way, but no, that's not the way to say it. 1.5 billion story every now and then. And it is the same card, just like the Ajaokuta steel mill. Ajaokuta, you know that Ajaokuta steel mill, what have you? Every government will tell you about rejuvenating Ajaokuta. Under Bokuwari, they said, I remember when Femi Adesina said, Ajaokuta roar back to life. Under Bokuwari, Ajeronio. They had to go and use that arrangement to borrow money at the time. Ajaokuta is still dead as we speak. They can't even sell his asset per se. Scrap. So similarly, that is what is going on with your NNPC, NNPCL, you call it. There is no Portharcourt refinery. There is no Warri refinery. And do you want me to shock you as well? These refineries, they were built in the 70s, 80s, I think. And you see the technology that they used in constructing, putting all of that together. It is believed that they are now old technologies. Do you understand what that means? It simply means these guys are trying to revive an very old infrastructure, right? And they are also being dishonest as well. So it makes it more or less like a double jeopardy. Obasanjo just said it will never work. It's not because probably they won't want it to work. It actually left your refineries working at a certain percentage that, it's no longer there anymore today. So now they have announced, that they are going to shut it down now, as if to say it was working before. And the saddest part of it is that Nobody's going to get punished for it. This was a tweet in December 2023 by the same NNPC. They said they have fulfilled their promise, delivered Portharcourt Refinery. Shouldn't people be arrested? For example, like, shouldn't somebody be angry in that government? Should you get, like, if you are Thief Numbu, are you not really going to be like angry and say, what the heck, man? But like many other scams, fraud, they've successfully carried out on you. The bigger the fraud, the better the reward as well. I mean, not from the fraud itself, but from the system. You know? So yesterday, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? He inaugurated his own NNPCL crew, led by the new guy that replaced Mele Kyari, Ojulari, right? And as what you watched or what we saw 2 days ago as well, where they were endorsing Thief Numbu, do you know that they listed that Portharcourt Refinery, Warri Refineries as Thief Numbu's achievement? Well, here was him swearing for his supposed own team that replaced Mele Kyari.
When I started searching, it took me a while to really come up with the level of character that you represent. You represent the best in the industry. And I've had you set the goals yourself. You have the reputation, the resourcefulness, and the experience to help this country. It's a call to duty to all of you. I believe I have the best that industry can offer to the rest of the world. The search was done with critical inquiries and level of intellectual curiosity that brought about today's date. I am very, very proud. I've reviewed when I took over, it was and make changes, it was a big cane. I stopped reading papers and find it very, very difficult to even listen to news sometimes with level of criticism and pressure on me on the reform. Today, I believe Nigeria has come of age. Nigeria is becoming more competitive. Nigeria has turned the corner. And with your team, a very highly respected group of people, I'm sure I can relax, I can watch the news now, I can read the news. So therefore, it is my honor to now label you as inaugurated. Thank you for accepting. Thank you for accepting to serve your country, our country. The challenge is for all of us, because the volatility of decision across the world the signal coming from America and the rest of world leaders is challenging us to carry our burden, to look inwards and believe in ourselves. And you represent a great deal of credit to the industry in the private sector. So you are now in the public sector to do it for your country transparently and exploit all options. That will be a win-win situation for Nigeria. I'm just too proud of this morning and believe that you will achieve the success. Nigeria has come of age. It's a golden age for us. We find you accepted. I thank you very much. God bless you.
Nuisance Lele.
Gee. I'm so sorry that I didn't warn you ahead, okay? I used to, but somehow I forgot. I should have possibly warned you ahead. I said, careful, now call you. So we always want to start with the boring parts before we get to the other interesting stuff. It's comfortable. Could you make any sense out of everything he said? I know he's praising the guy, the new guy. So what exactly would be the job of the NNPC at the NNPCL board than to continue allocating oil blocks to themselves? And at the same time, the fraction of the Nigerian share from the sale of crude oil to ensure the judicious hearing of that as well. That's their job. Tifnubu is the Minister of Petroleum. Do you know that? So, Ojulari decided to shut down Portharcourt Refinery a day after Tifnubu inaugurated him. What does that tell you? Papa won't open his own shop too. You don't get. Very soon, they go tell you, say, everything Meleki Yari did, na scam. And Meleki Yari too will be responding and say, no, he did a great job. He delivered the Portharcourt Refinery. So, Ojulari will now have to raise his own memo now, a new memo for a new maintenance. How do you maintain a refinery that you just finished spending $1.5 billion on? The basic that has been added to Nigeria's debt. Like Tifnubu is telling himself that he paid off IMF debt. And such an achievement. But he has already added over 92 trillion naira to your national debt, which further help weaken your naira, which further help heighten your hyperinflation. The one they have been doing everything to continue to falsify the figure. Cook figure. It won't change anything. You know? So anyway, Kolu and gang feels like everything is fine. The economy has turned corner or more. You know the kind of corner where the economy turned. Because true, Nigeria economy has turned corner. You know what they mean by that, right? Like in the economics, right? You see that curve that goes on the graph where they are like plotting the graph for, demand, supply, inflation, deflation, the middle one. And then they say, okay, things are just like downward spiral. Nigeria is just like that. Everything is just like crashing. Then maybe temporarily, the arrow will just be like, you get that now? From straight line, it will just bend a bit. Corner. About corner to Elini, it just people who are the real ones who live in that Tifnubunomic. And then if you explain to you which kind of corner Tifnubunomic don't turn in their finances right now. Like I've never heard that before in my life, that people are taking loan from loan app. And in Nigeria now, it's not now, no, it's been a while since this APC stuff, right? So people will take loan just because they want to go and eat. They don't have any plan of paying back. To them, maybe they eat first. They eat first. I like, how you go pay back this loan? They want to borrow you 15,000 naira to pay back 20,000 naira. How are you going to pay it back? I said, Baba, I eat first. Now, loan sharks in Nigeria, milking these, desperate Nigerians, these loan sharks are now threatening Nigerians with obituary. They will post your obituary. They will post the obituary of the what do you call it? Your person that took money from. They will post your obituary to people who are your friends on your contact. I don't know. So it's like hell, like a jungle down there. But to Tifnumbu, it don't turn corner. Maybe not that kind of corner it turn. Because as recent as April, a supposed call loose ally in his own State of the Nation address. Bakaron.
The renewed hope upon which the president rode to power began to dwindle from day one, with the mishandling of such sensitive transactions as the fuel subsidy and exchange rate regimes, and even the coup in Niger. Within a year and a half of this administration, the implementation of the otherwise audacious economic policies triggered an avalanche of economic hardships for the Nigerian people. It led to excruciating food inflation, with over 1 million additional Nigerians thrown into severe food insecurity. It further led to an over 430% increase in fuel price as of October 2024. At the same time, Nigeria experienced the highest ever rate of currency depreciation and the lowest foreign direct investment record, going by data traced back to 2013, even as multinationals began to exit the country. To capture in data the despondency experienced by Nigerians as a result of the reforms, my attention was drawn to the misery index, which is the sum of unemployment and inflation rates. According to the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, NESG, Nigeria has one of the world's highest misery indexes, with many Nigerians experiencing a cost of living crisis and weak purchasing power due to rising inflation. Furthermore, a July 2024 report by the Financial Times describes the conundrum in these words. In the nearly 15 months since Bola Tinubu became president, he has forced his 220 million fellow Nigerians to swallow some bitter medicine. He removed the generous fuel subsidy, one of the few benefits citizens receive.
If we reduce the purchasing power of the people, we can further slow down the economy. Let's widen the tax nets. Those who are not paying now, if it is inclusive of Bola Tinubu, let the nets get bigger and we take in more taxes, and that is what we must do in the
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
I said, if Ahmed Bola Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
You say?
I say, if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
Thank you.
The job people are